You're gonna stop disrespecting me right here, right fucking now. I have enough. I've had enough of you. See, here's the thing. It is fucking 11:24 in the morning.
Patrick,
right?
looks like I'm gonna have to pick war today because I'm gonna point it out, and he's not gonna like it.
War. I've been so peaceful. I didn't apologize to Patrick before the recording started. Why are you choosing war? Oh my god, this is fucking extra. I hate it. I'll go back to bed. I will. I promise you, I'll go back to bed. That's my response to violence.
I am
Violence
also bald.
sleep.
I am also bald. It's fine.
I know. I'm not bald though. I'm just balding. There's a difference.
I've been balding. I just cut it off. I just shave every 3 days.
Patrick, go ahead.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital.
You know what? No, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck
that. We're utilizing a brand new raise your hand to speak in this episode, which means we're going to hear a lot of that.
Yeah, Jules, what's up?
Oh, God.
Fuck you for cutting me off.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. I'm done.
Welcome back to the Proper Gaming Talk Show. We're your hosts, Sandsology, JayDubbs, and Kratos. If you haven't noticed by now, they're annoying as fuck. This is going to be the entire episode, them spamming the hand raise button. Anyways.
So real quick, fucking inside baseball. So I'm like, oh, look, a useful feature. And they're like, oh, look, a tool to be fucking annoying. That's fun.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But today, we're actually talking about Game of the Year. Game of the Year. God of War Ragnarok, and this November release date, and if God of War has the potential to actually be Game of the Year. We don't have a whole lot of new information about God of War, but we're going to talk about what we do have. Hi, Kratos. And go off from there because there haven't been a whole lot of games. There haven't been a whole lot of games coming out this year. So we're going to say if God of War has the potential to overtake any of the games that do have the potential to win Game of the Year, and then go off from there. So, Kratos, you would like to speak?
So I think it's pretty easy to just already assume it's going to be up in the running for Game of the Year. I don't think there's much you can do unless it's like cardboard in a disc tray to not be Game of the Year. The question I have is what is, right? Like everything's just been kind of or it's been Elden Ring.
I mean, I guess
that's it. Those are your spectrums. It's either been fine or it's been Elden Ring. So it's either this generation defining, genre defining, fucking adventure game, or it's Horizon, which is solid. No one's really complaining about Horizon.
No, Horizon came out and kind of killed it.
I mean, you can
did it?
I mean, okay, so I don't think it like broke any barriers or did anything like super special. It didn't like go super trending, but at the same time, it's one of the very few games to release with very good reviews on launch, no bugs to really speak of, and no complaints.
But imagine being a whole flagship title and your barometer for success is it's good.
Well, except the thing is, like, I mean, everyone just kind of pass it off as good, even though, like, if you actually play the game and finish the game, like, it's a really, really, really good game. People just didn't play it because so many other things were released around the same time.
It wasn't so many other things. But before I get into that, Jules, go. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I think it's just, this kind of conversation goes into the standard of what defines what a game of the year is. And it's always these cinematic pieces. But for some people, it could be Evil West. It could be Doom. It could be something where it's like a fun, like, it doesn't always have to be like this cinematic masterpiece. And I think that's why It Takes Two kind of won last year, because it kind of shows where it's just like it could, like, Game of the Year needs to be more representative of all kinds of games. And I think that's what's kind of missing, where it's just like the last 3 years, it's either been Red Dead Redemption, Last of Us, God of War, Spider-Man, that's won all the awards, that's won everything. Everybody's just sitting there like, Best Picture, best this, best that. And they're just like,
Best Picture again. He did this earlier. Like,
but you get my point. You get my point.
Yeah.
It's just like it needs to be more representative. So it's like I can think of a lot of games that are probably coming out this year, or that have come out, that are going to be overshadowed because it's like, oh, it's not Elden Ring. Oh, it's not God of War. It's like, not every game's going to be Elden Ring or God of War, bro. And you got to respect and love the differences.
Elden Ring 100% overshadowed a lot in Q1 and Q2.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so.
Like,
Is it overshadowing though? Like, it's not
It is.
overshadowing. Games come out, bro. Like, the holiday season's gonna come around, and that's not gonna change anyone's release calendar or fucking.
No,
their
but I mean, it overshadowed the games
But
that
it's
released around the
one
same
game.
time.
But it's one
But
game.
I think that's how companies look at it. Companies look at it as overshadowing, and if a game doesn't quote unquote do well enough, regardless of the reasons, they're gonna be like, oh well,
then
regardless
push
of
your
if it's a
shit
good game.
Push your shit back. Everybody gets release dates.
Yeah,
If
I
you
mean
work
that's
on
true.
something, you can avoid it.
Yeah,
Sony and wait, no, that's not Santa Monica. That's is that Bend? Gorilla. Sony and Gorilla had all the time they wanted to be like, March. You understand how much better they would have done for that game?
Oh yeah.
But
Thing is, the game still did well.
I'm not saying they didn't, but they chose to still release that game. So all because you put your game in the same window doesn't mean that you get overshadowed. Now, sometimes those things happen. Yes, and genuine overshadowings do happen. You know, DNF Duel came out, but I heard Shredder's Revenge is pretty good. But that's where all the brawlers went. They went to an actual fighting game. But I heard Shredder's Revenge is pretty cool. That's an overshadow. You have an expectation, right? Whoever decides to release a game either the same week before, or week after God of War Ragnarok should get fucking fired. You have 4 months now. Yeah. You got to release it. You know it's November. You have 4 months to be like, you know what?
But
December.
But technically, everybody the thing with the gaming industry is the right hand doesn't always know what the left hand is doing. They didn't announce God of War until today, and people probably have had their game like Plague's Tale. Plague's Tale was also coming out on the holiday. That was already announced, you know, and they can't just be like, oh well, let's just push it back. Yeah, you know, everybody's got schedules.
It's really a whole mixed bag of like being strategic with your release dates and trying to fuck over other games.
So that's my thing though. So like, there's God of War and then there's Plague Tale, right? That's your comparison. There's an audience for Plague Tale. Anyone who's gonna buy Plague Tale is gonna get it regardless, right?
Right. Yeah.
Plague Tale isn't for me. Pat, you getting
it? Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying though.
No, but Pat, are you getting it?
No.
So, Jules, this is your game, right? And we respect that. We love that for you. We want you to have fun doing what you like, whatever.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
But at the same time, the expectation Plague Tale developers are having isn't God of War expectations. Yeah. It is we made a really good game that means a lot to us. We want people to pick it up, play, and enjoy, right? That's your integrity. You're so often on the channel, right? You're like, I want integrity in games. I want people who want to put the work in and love their product. This is your window because this is the people who actually do care. Niggas that make God of War making for me, people like me. I'm just here to play a video game, finish it in 12 hours, and be done. I'll play it again in 2 years.
That's like, I love that, but then you also have the politics that ends up being put in the games where it's just like, oh well, you know, Plague Tale is something that you know it's a great game and everything, and it's made for the people that are going to buy it. But then if numbers don't reach God of War status, then all of a sudden just like people want to say it's not a good game. It's like, oh, it's not that great of a game. It didn't sell as much as this, that, or third, or it didn't make this much money, or it's like, well, that doesn't mean that it wasn't good. And some people put those numbers and call it the numbers to how good a game is, depending on sales, and that's what a lot of the companies do too. So, oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So the thing with that is the company that made Plague's Tale, they're not really looking for God.
Oh, he's a robot.
Oh. Am I good?
Huh? What? What'd you say?
The company that made Plague's Tale, they're not looking for God of War numbers. They're looking for numbers relative to the first Plague's Tale, or even a little bit better. Obviously,
so that's what I'm saying.
But they're not looking for like, you know, big AAA numbers at all. They're looking to make this game for the base that played the first game that are really hyped for the second game. They're not looking like, even if this game does not. Like, even if this game puts up relative numbers to the first game, they're going to count that as a success for them. Now, the rest of the gaming community as a whole, that might be something different. But the rest of the gaming community, like, it doesn't really matter what the fuck they think.
I mean, I guess all right, so a better example would be Days Gone. Days Gone sold really well.
Yeah, so
they said it didn't sell really well.
Yeah.
You know, so
that didn't sell well for the developers of the studio. They're like, hey, this game didn't really sell well. And Sony looked at it and they're like, yeah, sorry, we're not going to make a sequel because the game just didn't do well.
Except for it had a whole cult following.
It did. It had a very heavy cult
dozens of millions of copies.
Game.
And then they sold even more on PC. Like those PC, like I'm just like, And what you say? You say it wasn't a good game, Sony? What? So it's just that's the only thing. Is just like that's the problem with what people think is overshadowing. Is just like how do companies look at it? Because like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter what we think. It really doesn't matter what we think. What matters is what the companies think. And if the companies think it didn't do well, it doesn't matter why it didn't do well. It doesn't matter the reason. They're just going to cut their losses.
Exactly. Now Sony definitely did risk it hard with Horizon, releasing Horizon around the same time as Elden Ring, because those release dates were announced pretty close to each other because they're both kind of delayed and both kind of put up around the same time.
Yeah.
So they were definitely risking it. They could have just pushed it back again, but they already pushed it back once, and I guess they just didn't want to do that. They should have, not because the game wasn't ready, but just because what KJ said, it might have sold better if it wasn't around, Elden Ring, because Elden Ring was already the most anticipated game from 2021, and we knew that it was going to sell stupid numbers. They could have pushed it back, but they didn't. So that's kind of on Guerrilla's fault. What's up, buddy?
It was until fucking God of War got a release date. There we go. Like, let's just fucking talk about it, guys. God of War got announced. Oh God, it's coming, and I'm
finally
so excited. Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, what's up?
Are you surprised it's cross-gen?
Not at all.
No,
I am.
I'm not.
I am.
A lot of games this year are still being cross-gen. Like,
I thought this would be the one where like the line in the sand is drawn. I thought this would be the one.
I don't think we're gonna see that till next year.
I think that line or that excuse, not even that excuse, but that reasoning has been overused in my opinion. Where some people were just like, "Hey, this game isn't done. It's because we made it for 2 systems." I'm like, or is it because you just didn't make it well enough in the time that you had? Just be honest. But like that, I feel like that kind of gets overused a lot. Where like you have certain like this didn't used to be too much of a problem. Where you had games that were on PS2 and PS3, still versions were both good. PS3, PS4 both versions were still good. So I think it just kind of got overused. I think. And I think they didn't shoot. I think they made the best decision because I think they foresaw people still not being able to get PS5s. Like they would have angered a lot of people if they would have.
Now I get PS5s. That. Yeah. I do get that. So even though, right, like at the same time, I've experienced. I think I've said on the channel, if not, I've said to you too. The only reason I have a PS5 is this is Spider-Man and Wolverine. Yeah. These are 3 games, right? That I'm a nerd. I like what I like. I got this machine for that. Right. Do you think people, and I guess I'm playing devil's advocate for this one, do you think people are upset that it's for both? Because then, like me personally, as soon as all was for both, I was like, I didn't have to spend $800. I could have waited.
No,
that's crazy.
Here's the thing. I didn't get Ghost of Tsushima on PS4. I got it on PS5. And I was just like, I'm really glad this was number one, my first $70 game I ever bought, because it's goddamn amazing and beautiful. But also, I don't think I would have appreciated it more. I don't think I would appreciate it as much on the PS4 as on the PS5. And that's the thing with getting the PS5 without needing to. It's more or less, I would like to enjoy this experience the best way I can, the first time I can. And because of that, I think that's why it's still worth getting it on the PS5 first.
Well, I don't think that's the argument he's trying to make. He's trying to say that, like,
well, he's saying he didn't have to get it on PS4.
Yeah,
but I think he would have. I don't think he would have appreciated it as much on PS4 as he will on PS5 because of the experience of the enhanced performance and everything that comes along with that. Just devil's advocating your devil's advocate.
Yeah, there's a couple of examples. I mean, you saw that with Cyberpunk, where people were like, the PS4 and Xbox One versions were not playing as well as the next gen versions, and not nearly as well as the PC version. And that was just a whole matter of optimization. They fucked that up hard.
Yeah.
But with a game like God of War, I think they anticipated this, and they were already going to be building it for both systems, regardless. Whereas, a game like Cyberpunk, they were originally building it for one system, and then the next systems came out, so they had to change up how they did shit because it was in development for like 10 years. But with God of War, it was like a much shorter time span because they already.
Well, I mean, I think developers know the timing of the gaming industry where they're like, God of War came out 2018, PS5 was not announced, but as soon as they realized they were making a sequel, they were like. Yep, they probably realized they were making a sequel in 2019, right? PS5 still was not announced.
Sequel in 2018.
Yeah,
Oh
sequel,
yeah, they started. They went right onto it. I'm pretty.
Yeah,
sure.
the gen consoles weren't announced yet. They were 2 years away from being announced. But
Yeah,
they're
they're also an in-house studio. They're an
Right.
exclusive studio, so they might also have insider knowledge of when the next PlayStation is coming. They probably knew way before anyone
There's
else.
no might. They have to because they can't develop something if they don't know.
Exactly. So you have people that knew the PS5 was coming out, and they're like, you know what, let's just keep it to PS4. You know, either for logistics, sales, whatever. But they were just like, you know what, let's just do it for both. Like they already knew the game plan, so I don't think that it would hinder it as much being in on both systems.
No, my whole thing is I don't think we're going to see console exclusives or generation exclusives until next year at the earliest. We haven't seen one yet, right?
Yeah, we have. We have.
Besides like the launch
Returnal,
titles and shit.
Ratchet. No, Returnal, Ratchet. For Spook, it'll be exclusive. There's been a few. You gotta have your console exclusives. I just think,
and there were some that were announced too.
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think all the games that were
like whatever God of War is next after Ragnarok, that's going to be a gen exclusive.
Yeah, but that's so like.
But that's like
obviously all games have like all consoles have their game like that is the crossover game, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like the PS4s was Uncharted 3 and 4, right? Am I wrong, or was Uncharted 3 on the PS3?
No,
Uncharted 3 was on PS3. Uncharted 4 was on PS4.
Yeah.
So like Uncharted 4 is the crossover game, you know. Everyone needs a game to get people onto the new shit.
To get them there, yeah.
I'm just gonna stay on my old console. Ratchet doesn't do it for me. Returnal doesn't do it for me. You know, all of the things so far that have been PS5 exclusive have not really been like, oh, I need a PS5 for this game. And the game I thought I needed it for now is not included.
Cross-gen.
So when you think about it, it's like, what's going to be the game that really drives the new players then? Is it going to be Spider-Man? Because now I guess it has to be. So now we got to talk about how it's putting so many eggs in the Spider-Man basket, because now Spider-Man has to be great, because if not, you're not going to get the people that need a PS5.
So it's not. So I don't think it's just what game it is. I got a PS5 because my PS4 was old as shit. Like I think it's just just like with a new phone. Every 10 years, you might get a new phone because you need to get a new phone to keep up with what's going on. So I think getting a PS5 isn't. And I see this with anytime there's an indie game or a retro release that PS5 pipes up or Sony pipes up that there's a PS5 version. They're like, well, I didn't get a PS5 for this. Well, your PS4 is looking old as shit right now, and so you're going to have to eventually upgrade in order to be able to play certain stuff, and they're just going to include everything else in along with that. So I don't think it's necessarily what game it is. It's just when are people going to be able to afford to just upgrade, because that's where the times are heading. And sure, there's going to need to be a game, but if you get a PS5, you're going to be getting PS5 games. Like that's a given, regardless. And it's just like,
how many PS5 games do you have?
PS5 upgraded games or games I bought as PS5?
That's
That's why I asked that question. That's why I asked that question.
Just straight up PS5 games.
Just straight PS5 games.
Yeah.
Probably like 3.
Same,
Yeah.
because that's all I need. And that's also all this fucking console can hold.
But it's also I wasn't see, and it's all about your perspective of the gaming industry too, because there's always sorry, go ahead.
No, this is for after you're done.
Oh no. So I was gonna say, so I was okay with the gaming. Gaming has evolved with technology and everything. I was pretty content with PS4. The only thing I needed was 60 frames, graphics wise, story wise, like the way the games are. I was pretty content with PS4. So it's just like I'm just gonna get what I need to get from now on, and then be like. Yeah. Be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to get a PS6, maybe if my PC, if I need to do that and have a PC, if I feel like I need to for an exclusive, but more than likely I won't, so it's just, yeah, it just depends on how you feel about the scape of gaming and how you feel about performance and graphics and everything. I didn't need to get a PS5, but I feel like I needed to, just because my PS4 is getting old, technology ages, and I just need to go forward. Go ahead.
I think what we're missing here, we're missing the obvious answer to this question, is there's still a shortage going on, and I'm pretty sure Santa Monica had an internal conversation about that. We're like, okay, we can make this solely for the PlayStation 5. However, a lot of people still don't have one They would be missing out on playing this, and I'm almost guaranteed they really want this game to sell as well, if not better, than the first one. So they're like, okay, let's keep it on both systems for now, and then our next chance, we're going to bump it up to solely next gen. Almost guaranteed that was a conversation that they had, because they almost had to have.
Plus, it's hitting PC eventually. They already put the first one on
in
there.
like 5 years or so.
That's gonna.
Yeah, God of War just hit this year.
Exactly. It's not going to be for a while.
I said eventually. Anyway, what were you going to say, KJ?
Oh, you triggered my brain to kind of just go on a rant and get mad about something.
Okay, go for it.
This is the company that was like, hey, buy this console. And everyone was like, no. And they were like, hey, look at the exclusives you can only get for this console. And then everybody's like, fuck. How are you going to open basically the second year of your new system and you have no real exclusive now? Because it's on the PS4 too.
And this is why I didn't understand the Xbox hating. I was like, Sony's not that much better off. They claim they have 25 projects in development, but like most of their projects, me personally, didn't hit for the PS5. Like I got Miles Morales. Oh yeah, that was one of the 3 I got. Miles Morales, Ghost of Tsushima.
Miles Morales goes.
Yeah, it does go. It does go though. Miles Morales, Ghost of Tsushima, and I got Z-Warp, which is a retro game. So it's just like my PS5 exclusives aren't. Let's like. That's why it's like I was okay with having a PC before I got my PS5.
Right.
I was struggling with my PC.
Right.
But
it's weird because you have your PS5 for just the exclusives, but then you have your PC for when you just want to play a video game.
Yeah.
And why does it have to be like that? Video games are a singular fucking thing.
It doesn't have to. And the thing is, like,
and
that's the thing. When they promoted the PS5, they're like, everything is going to be there day one. Half the shit wasn't there day one. Things weren't 60 native. They had to like mess with it. Like Returnal had a lot of problems performance wise. It wasn't 4K. They were like, it's going to be 4K 60 frames every game day one. That was their opening line when they promoted the system, and it wasn't that. And then they had SSD problems. Consoles were bricking, putting in rest mode. Like they had a slew of problems.
I forgot that was happening. That's crazy.
Yeah. That was only like last year.
Yeah, that's crazy. I forgot that was a whole fucking
it was a whole problem. You try to add an SSD, it would brick the PS5. Done. It was like, what's going on? Meanwhile, Xbox had a way better launch. They did, but like, I don't know. Xbox is just a lot like to be hate on. Like, it's just a thing that was. I don't know. It's weird, but like, I feel like there was really no. That's why a lot of people said, should the next gen consoles have been delayed an extra year or two? And probably they should have been, to be honest. But you're right. They were really hype about opening up their system, and their exclusives. Their exclusives only hit for certain people, like Demon Souls, like.
Yeah, no, the PS5 launch titles were pretty weak this time around. Honestly, all the PlayStation launch titles have been pretty weak across the board. Like the only ones that I really remember were the PS3 launch titles. I
keep Ratchet. Ratchet looks cool.
Ratchet was dope, but it wasn't.
No, my girl got Ratchet. She really likes it. I was watching her play it. It's really fun. It's really engaging. It looks really
Rift
good.
Apart was amazing. It was a great ass game.
It's like cool. I'm just tired of the gaming community bitching about we don't have any exclusives to play. You got a whole backlog of games. You get 2 free games every month on PS5 and Xbox. You get all this extra free stuff. Go play that.
Yo, do you guys go play that? Yo, do you guys want to play Nickelodeon today?
Yeah, I still got it downloaded, bro.
I totally forgot that was free.
We can play that. We can play Shinobi Strikers. Fuck Shinobi Strikers.
Yo,
we can play Shinobi Strikers.
The boy Jay you met, he's fucking nasty at Shinobi Strikers.
What?
Yeah, so you already got a whole build.
What are they?
Damn.
This month?
It's the
crazy that we're a gaming talk show.
It's the Dark Pictures. It's like the Dark Pictures Amuletic.
Yeah.
And then it's
Arcade again.
That one actually looks pretty good.
That shit, actually that looks tight.
Yeah, we can get that shit in. So it's just like, dude, you do Xbox, PS5. They're like, what are the exclusives, bro? Just go play some games, dog. Get out of my face. You got Game Pass, now you got PS Plus. Go play some fucking games, man. Let these people work. All right,
So in terms of Game of the Year, though, like trying to bring it back to our overarching title, God of War obviously has a potential to be Game of the Year. Like that's one of the biggest games that's going to be this year. kind of hard for it not to be.
What's the cutoff for Game of the Year, by the way? I keep
November.
forgetting.
Is
it November?
End of November or mid-November or something like that.
So PlayStation's got to compete with everything in 2023. Great.
Yeah. Honestly, like the Game Wars in general, like we all know it's going to be a top 3 in terms of even though last year we had like a little sleeper with It Takes Two, which was actually kind of dope.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this year it's going to be a toss-up between Elden Ring, Horizon, and God of War. However, like there's a lot of good games that released this year that have the potential to win at least a handful of awards. Like I really, really hope Ghostwire Tokyo wins something.
Yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo is really dope. I don't know if you played it, KJ.
I played the demo.
It's really fun.
Oh my God,
It's definitely unique. And then if you play like the prequel, it helps everything make sense, which is free on
prequel?
all platforms. Yeah, there's like a prequel story comic book, virtual comic book thing that you can play through or read through, and it kind of brings everything together, and it's really dope. So and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, as niche as it is, I think should still deserve something.
I mean, it might get like best narrative or some shit because that's kind of the whole point of that game.
Yeah, but Dying Light could get best narrative because I really like. I haven't beat it yet, but I do like the narrative of Dying Light so far.
Dying Light that was really good. I don't know, like I said, Dying Light it was good, but it was kind of forgettable in the grand scheme of this year. Because I almost forgot it came out this year. I was like, oh fuck, that's right. I was like, I played 2 games. Oh wait, Dying Light was this year.
I mean, people forgot Horizon came out once Elden Ring came out. Nobody gets.
Well, yeah, that's annoying as hell because like Horizon was everywhere online until Elden Ring came out. And Elden Ring it still dominates the online sphere, streaming, TikTok, YouTube, fucking everything. So I was like, ugh.
We talking about it?
We're talking about it.
Until God of War comes out, Elden Ring's the game of the year.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's close.
It shouldn't be because, to be honest, it was not the revolutionary of a game, but because it was so damn popular, it's gonna win it for that.
And I think that's my biggest gripe with Elden Ring. Everybody's like, "Yo, it's the best game of all time." I'm like, no, it is the best Dark Souls games of all time. It is not the best game of all time. It didn't do anything crazy. It was just an open world Dark Souls game. Like,
yeah,
Dark Souls is just growing in popularity because people think
it was the most accessible Dark Souls game. It had a lot of deep customization and mechanics into it that you could really just do whatever the fuck you wanted to do. And that's the only reason it was good. It had some pretty good bosses and some like the story, the same as freaking all the other Dark Souls games, makes no freaking sense. But yeah, the game was good for the Dark Souls community, and people got into it because it was the most accessible game, Dark Souls game. But
that's why it
was a decent open world RPG, but it didn't break any barriers.
I mean, I know sometimes I make blanket statements myself, but when somebody says, "Oh man, this is the definitive greatest game of all time," people said that about God of War, Spider-Man. People said that about Last of Us. People said about, and then the list goes on. But then, but anyway, go ahead.
Pat, you were on the game's dick like it was no one's business in February, so now it's just okay.
Wait, what game?
Elden Ring.
I did not ride a dick. I didn't even buy the game.
I could have sworn you were on its dick.
No.
He considered buying the game.
I considered buying the game.
All right, pause real quick. Do any of us have it?
No.
So are we in any position to talk about if it's the game of the year or not? I thought you had it. I was fully prepared for you to go like.
I watched the game. I watched the whole playthrough of it. I watched a bunch of streaming, and that's about it. Because I was like, is that an Elden Ring game or is that a Dark Souls game?
I bet I know what your game of the year is. Is it Guardians of the Galaxy?
I mean,
I was vying for it last year. I was vying for it last year.
But his defense
I don't care.
But his defense is the same thing you can say about Elden Ring. You don't know until you played it, bro. You don't know every time we bring up Guardians of the Galaxy, it's like, yo, you don't know until you played it, bro. Like, so.
Well, the reason I feel like
guess what, bitch, I played it.
What? The reason I think I can talk about Elden Ring is because I played Dark Souls 2, I played Dark Souls 3, I played Bloodborne, really like Bloodborne. And then I watched Elden Ring. I wanted to get it just because I wanted to see how it was. But at the same time, I was watching it and I was like, this literally just looks like an amalgamation of every other Dark Souls game, and that's it.
So I don't mind mind Dark Souls in the sense that it's just not for my lifestyle. And I say that,
think they're good.
and the way I say that, the way I say it like that is, it does this thing where it doesn't hold your hand. You got to be looking around for missions, and it could take you hours to get something done. And I'm
we had this conversation before with the whole lore thing. I despise the Dark Souls games purely because their stories make no fucking sense at all.
It's not that they don't make
lore. You have to dig and dig and dig for that fucking lore, and even then it doesn't make sense. Like, it's so bad.
I do like looking for lore, but if it's outside of the game, that may be a stretch. But to some, it's still worth it. It depends on how invested you get into the aesthetics of the game and the world itself. So it just kind of depends. But
once you actually dig for the lore, it's definitely interesting as hell. It has some really cool story. I just wish they actually put that into the goddamn game instead of letting you talk about it amongst the Discord community and the Reddit community. I'm like, I don't want to dig that heavy for lore. Like, stop.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to put this.
We already had that conversation.
I just want to put this out there. Objectively, it's a good game. Subjectively, I could care less. I'll probably forget about it by next year. But I mean, I think there are definitely some games. Like, I feel like there are some games that are going to be overshadowed, and I don't know. I just feel like this game of the year is going to be boring. Besides trailers, like if we get some.
Do we have any of our own personal game of the years that we would like to win game of the year?
My bad.
It's tough because game of the year is such a weird thing where we don't know, like, what our window for game of the year is, right? Like, is it the game of the year because I've only bought 4 games? Is the best game I bought this year, or is it?
I mean, you could say it's the best game that you bought this year. I mean,
the WWE 2K22, easy.
What'd you say it was?
WWE 2K22, easy. The best game I bought this year by far.
Nah, that's
easy. I gave fucking rules.
No, it's dope.
Play.
No, I do miss my wrestling games. I used to play SmackDown vs. Raw, and that was like my shit. I wish Def Jam would come back. Make a new Def Jam in New York. Yo, I would fucking. That would be game of the year if that actually existed. That would be dope. You said what?
Should we just start a fighting game channel?
Yes.
We've been wanting to do that.
Oh, did you get DNF Duel?
Hold up a second.
No, but I want to. It looks sick.
Yo, it's so good, man. It is so fun. Everybody's overpowered, and it's kind of but like
I've watched a lot of streamers play it. The neutral looks fucking stupid, bro.
It's stupid. It is dumb stupid. It's like almost not.
Multiversus comes out later this month, doesn't it?
Huh?
Multiversus comes out later this month, doesn't it?
Fuck that game. We're gonna play it, but fuck that game.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Because I don't do brawlers, bro. They're not real fight. You know what? No, this is not the conversation for today. This is not the conversation for today. It's not the conversation for today. Don't get me into this shit. Don't get me into this shit.
Jules, baby. Hey, baby, how you doing, baby? Let's talk about it. Brawlers aren't fighting games, Jules, huh?
That is a topic for another day.
I'm doing my sensual voice, Patrick. Shut the fuck up. Jules, what's up, baby?
So you're not excited about Multiverse? I mean, I am. I'm excited because I'm excited because of what they're taking from. WB is putting out a fucking licensed fighting-esque game.
Super Smash Bros. Like, that's just.
I would consider. I don't know. I think brawlers and fighters go in different categories, but no. I mean, brawlers are fun. I could just whenever I was the best at a brawler, it was a one-on-one fight when it was closest to a fight, a traditional fighter. Like when me and my friends used to bring the GameCube in high school. We were like, we had our own gaming club. We were bringing our consoles, and I was sitting there playing Melee, and it would always be a one-on-one fight. Like Final Destination was the fucking map. It was, it was just a straight fighting match. So it's I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of Shaggies, a lot of Batmans, a lot of Supermans, and
that's what. Here's the thing. It did the thing that every beta game does, where I saw it for 2 weeks. I am uninterested. I watched my play it. I saw all the metas and the combos, and now I am what? So the game come out in like 3 weeks, and then they nerf some stuff that was fun before. And now the game's just bad. Good.
Is it going to become another Nintendo or All Stars Brawl? Was that Nintendo?
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. Sorry.
Nintendo's All Stars Brawl is literally called Super Smash Brothers.
No, I know. I was thinking Nickelodeon. Shut up.
I mean, that was probably the one brawler game I really enjoyed was PlayStation All Stars. I really liked
All
that.
Stars was great.
That was really fun.
Even though
it was
it lasted.
It wasn't well received. No. It wasn't well received. But
it wasn't great.
I think it was good because it was doing something different, and
it was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I don't think it was meant to be that big of a game, anyways. It was meant to just be like a one-off fun shit to do. And I feel like Multiverse is going to turn into is probably going to last as long as All Stars Brawl or the Nickelodeon.
The Nickelodeon one died after like 3 weeks.
Exactly, and
I did try it for a little bit. It was okay. You know,
I played 0.0 seconds of that game.
I tried out Danny Phantom, which is my favorite Nickelodeon character of all time, probably. Oh man, it was kind of disappointing. So I was like, all right, I'm done until somebody was playing.
Because Toph was busted.
Who is?
Toph from Avatar.
Oh yeah. She's kind of busted. But I do want to play with Cat Dog. Cat Dog looks fun. Cat Dog does look fun to play with.
Anyways, we got way far away from God of War.
That's the whole point of this show.
Just fucking rap.
Oh my god.
Fucking point of the show. I'm fancy. Fuck everybody.
Yo, you want to talk about it again? Why the fuck you dressed up like an Applebee's waiter right now? What the fuck is happening?
I ain't dressed up like an Applebee's waiter. Applebee's waiter dresses like I do. So
let me see your pants. What kind of pants you got on?
I got on black pants.
Oh, you go murdered out to the interview?
Yeah.
All right.
All black. All black everything.
All right. Nah, if I go all black, I have like a tie with a pop of color or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't look good with ties. Fuck society. I don't need ties.
Anyways,
what
guys.
are you in society?
All right, I'm going to wrap this up because we're getting way off topic. Anyways, guys, what do you think about God of War releasing in November? How do you feel about it being cross-gen? How do you think it's going to, perform in terms of the overarching game of the year? And what do you think your game of the year is going to be? Let us know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you liked it. And, of course, check us out on all of our social media platforms, as well as our podcast that's still doing something. We're getting a handful of random views.
I think we're all also doing...
And, of course, KJ spamming the like button again.
Bitch, I want to talk
you
too.
Should do.
I want to talk too. We're all starting individual channels, so go check us out there.
Are we? When the fuck did I start my channel?
Yeah, hold
I
on.
thought you said you were starting your channel.
I probably am. I was just asking. I didn't know I told you that.
KJ's been wanting to start a fighting channel for like the last 3 years.
Bro, we could do a collab fighting channel, bro. Like we could do verses and shit.
I want to smoke.
I don't want it. It don't gotta be a smoke. It could be like a puff. It could just be like a. Yo,
I'm with it all and everything.
All right, bro. Get DNF duel, bro. Go ahead.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay excellent. We'll see you guys in the next chaotic Proper Gaming Talk Show. Peace out, guys.
Hey, wait. Kratos did not take off his hat. He is bald. Take the fuck.